I'm an English teacher. Many of my students have similar problems and face similar challenges. Many think that their only problem is speaking English. In fact, they need to work on each part of English: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Many students need to study the language completely. They need to do more writing and reading, and if they do it, it helps their speaking and listening and gives their English balance. Also, my students make lots of mistakes when they speak, and it is impossible for me to interrupt and fix all of them in a lesson. So, they continue to make the same mistakes. Their mistakes become bad habits, and they are very hard to fix. They need to see all of their mistakes and have them corrected. My students are too busy to come to lessons often enough. They learn well during class, but forget much of it in the days between lessons. They really need a way to keep working on their English little by little, every day, in a convenient way. Some students are really good. They watch TV in English, they read English books, and they study. But when they have questions, there is no one there to help them. These chances to learn something new pass them by. By the time they have a lesson, the chance to learn may have been missed. They need to get answers when they want them to make the most of the study they do. Many students really want to use English, but they don't have the chance. They only use English once a week in their lesson. That is not enough. To learn a language to a basic conversational level, you need to put in a couple of thousand hours of classes and practice. At one lesson a week, that'll take about 40 years. Some students write a lot of English between lessons, a journal, emails, things for work, and so on. But we use up a lot of class time checking them. These activities can be done outside of class time, so that in the lessons we can focus on the things students really need a teacher for. When students do have time to study their textbooks, it is hard for them to find material that is interesting. Their books are often boring and about things that do not interest them. I want to help my students. I want to give them a way to use English every day. I want them to improve every day. I want them to be able to get help when they need it. I want them to learn in ways that are fun and interesting to them. I want English to be a part of their life, not something they study. I want them to be able to use their precious lesson time better. I want them to all have complete, beautiful English. And I want the solution to be reliable, convenient, and affordable. So, I tell my students to use Poligo. Poligo is a way for students to connect directly with teachers online 24 hours a day. Poligo is designed to help English students learn more faster. Poligo doesn't teach everything you need to know about English, but it does free up class time so that teachers can focus on the things students need a teacher for. If students study hard by themselves, Poligo is an easy way for students to connect with teachers anytime and get the help they need. Poligo is a complement to any English study. On Poligo, professional experienced English teachers check student writing, from diaries and journals to business emails and essays. Or students can ask teachers about things they don't understand, the meaning of idioms, the way to use a word, the answer to a question, whatever they like. Students log on anytime and send their writing to be checked, or ask questions about English they encounter in the course of their life. Reading, studying, or watching movies and listening to music. Within just a few hours, it comes back with corrections, advice, and comments. Students can study the advice when it's convenient for them. If they don't understand, they can reply and discuss it with their Poligo teacher. Poligo will also help learners rewrite their material to help them better communicate their own ideas. On Poligo, it's their English, and it's perfect. Poligo is a complement to any English study they do, and there is a lot of interesting, easy-to-understand content for them to read and enjoy English every day. And Poligo's system is very flexible and convenient. Users just buy the points they need when they need them. Then they spend those points on Poligo. My students that use Poligo are getting better and better every lesson and improving faster than my other students. I set them homework on Poligo and it motivates them to learn more. As a Poligo editor, I can help my students after hours too, or when they have graduated from my classes. I've developed a stronger bond with my students. They are getting more and more out of my teaching, and they are learning the English they need for their lives. Poligo can help your students too. Ask them to join now for a free trial.